Stage 4 complete. Loading Stage 5. Jodie let out the held breath and relaxed her grip. She'd done it, finally. 237 attempts later, and at last she would see Stage 5. 2 fonts rose from the ground in front of her, one for health and one for mana. She knew from Tarquin that from this point onwards, as soon as she drank one, the other would disappear. As planned, she had reserved one slot for a healing spell, and so used the last of her mana to cast that before refilling from the font. With full health and mana, she readied herself for the next stage. The timer showed 60 seconds left, and as it counted down, the level began to form in front of her. Through the start gate, Jodie watched as a monstrous stone palace rose from the floor. It had hundreds of spires reaching up into the endless sky. Windows in the castle began to light up and then darken in sequence, and sentry gargoyles began flying around the spires in patrolling pairs. Only 4 people had ever completed Stage 5, and Jodie had watched interviews with them all. The difficulty was that apparently the spires were not fixed, and so you could never be sure what puzzles you would come up against and in what order. The one saving grace was that all 4 had experienced the same final challenge at the end of the stage. Though the NDA forbid them from discussing the details, one had let slip that they wished they'd had the boots of levitation for it, and Jodie had got them as a random drop in Stage 2. The counter neared 0 and Jodie stepped up to the gate. Though time was not a factor in this stage, Jodie felt an odd sense of urgency, a desire to act. The light shield dropped and she stepped through. Heading straight for the huge entranceway, Jodie noticed a small trail off to the side and remembered one of the other interviews. Stage 5 is a mind melt, man. Right from the start, you've got to have your eyes open. She turned from the main path and made for the trail.